welcome back, guys. Penny and I are here still having a bit of a chat. So, Pen, just tell me some of your thoughts on for a vendor, do they have to accept an offer if they get an offer on their property and it's the asking price or even above? Do they have to take that offer?
Well, no, generally it's up to the vendor what price they sell their property for, on what terms and conditions and who to. But I mean, there are things to consider. So you said they're accepting an offer above their asking price. So if they're rejecting an offer that's above their asking price, then they've probably got to be a bit careful and wary that they may be accused of bait advertising there. So you may need to review your marketing, adjust the price that you're asking for the property for if you're rejecting offers, because that's a common one that we do hear people like. They might not take it as far as a complaint, but it's thrown around and
absolutely, totally, exactly. But I guess it's, a vendor needs to be sort of confident that they can change their mind and decide to take their house off the market if they wanted to, couldn't they?
Yeah, they can't. They
don't have to
sell.
No,
it has to suit them. Like every contract's different. So it may be the price that you want, but there's terms in there that just completely don't suit you.
Yeah.
And it's just not what you want to accept the property for. So you can choose to reject the offer. You can choose to pull your property off the market as well. It is up to you.
And in this current climate, we're seeing a lot more buyers putting an offer on properties that are subject to their own house selling. And it's always a little bit tricky, I think, for buyers to understand what a 48-hour clause is or a subject to sale as they are in the new contracts. Can you just explain to us a little bit more about the 48-hour clause?
Yeah, so it's the shorter period clause under the new contract. So a lot of people do still call it a 48-hour clause, but what it basically means is that if that shorter period clause applies to the contract, the vendor can invoke that clause at any time, and it shortens the period for satisfying the special clauses to 2 business days. So for most people, if they need to sell their property to buy a property, they would have included a subject to sale clause, and that usually is they usually allow fairly long time frames under those clauses, just because they don't know when they're going to sell their property, and more than likely it will take a while. So for the vendor, there's a bit of risk in having their property tied up under contract. So to reduce that risk, they might say, we'll agree to an offer that's subject to your sale, but we want the shorter period clause in, just to keep their options open. So
they can continue marketing the property.
They can continue marketing it, or like the previous question, they might change their mind about selling the property. So they could invoke the clause for that reason.
So just another question for you, Pen. Quite often, just a bit of a scenario, I guess. A buyer comes to a property, they fall in love, they want to fill out a contract. They go home and get a little bit nervous and decide they don't want to buy that house anymore.
Yeah, we see that a little bit, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Well, it really depends on what stage things are up to. So if they've made an offer and the vendor's already accepted the offer, then they're going to have to look at the terms of the contract to see what right they have to pull out of the contract. So that's really a job for the purchaser's lawyer or conveyancer. So
absolutely,
they should contact them as soon as possible, because obviously contract is a legally binding document. So it's not as easy as changing your mind. Like, there might be a clause in there such as a cooling off clause. In that case, it is a fairly simple process, but that clause is fairly rarely used. So in most cases, you're trying to look at other ways to end the contract.
It's been really great chatting with you today, Pen, and I hope that you've got some insights out of this, guys. And please, I think Penny would be more than happy if we contacted you if they had any questions. What's the best way?
Absolutely. You can contact us via our website, or you can email us at info@sproal.au.